We are making our presentation on Flair pens. So, Flair is one of the leading players in the writing instruments, enjoying around 9% market share, and it has diversified into housewares, steel bottles, and appliances. With vast product offerings, it has posted good financial performance for the reported periods. Yeah.
Okay.
About the company, Flair Writing Industries Limited is among the top three players in the overall writing instruments industry and occupy a market share of approximately 9% in the overall writing and creative instruments industry in India. As of March 31, 2023, according to CRISIL, FWIL, Flair Writing Industries Limited, is also among the top two organized players which have seen faster growth in revenue as compared to the overall writing and creative instruments industry growth rate. That is, while the industry grew at a compounded CAGR, basically compounded annual growth rate of 5.5% between financial year 2017 and 2023, the company grew at a compounded annual growth rate of approximately 14% during the same period. Uh, it also reported the highest operating and net income margins. Dinesh, could you please go to the next slide?
Just flip the slides because then only I can see. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Uh, yeah. It reported the highest operating and net income margins of 17.8% and 9.6% respectively in the
Sachin,
financial.
is this
Yes.
mentioned in your slide? I mean, somewhere, what you're talking about, or you're just, I mean, speaking from your own notes?
No, sir. I think I've just mentioned, briefly about these things, and
Okay, okay.
I'm like
Sure,
explaining
sir.
about all of
Go,
these
go,
things.
go ahead, go ahead.
Yes, sir. I've not put all of it on the slides.
Okay, no issues. Chalo, ठीक है, carry
Yes, sir.
on.
Yes, sir. And the Flair Writing Industries Limited's flagship brand is Flair, and it has enjoyed a market presence of over 45 years. It has an extensive range of products across various price points and cater to a broad range of consumers, including students, professionals, and offices. A little more about the financial performance.
Okay,
Next slide. Yeah, so like I've explained these things like in the previous. I talked about CAGR also and these growth rate also.
okay,
Yeah, next slide. Yes, I would be explaining about the IPO in a short while. Let me talk about a little more about its financials and profits. During the 3 month period that ended on June 30, 2023, it sold around 344 million units of pens, which is like of which like 279.21 million units were sold domestically and 65 million units were exported globally. And in financial year 2023, it sold around 1,303 million units of pens. So like if you see the size that it operates at is very high.
okay,
Yes, sir. And now I'll talk about the IPO. Yes, sir. So the company is coming out with a maiden book building route IPO fresh equity shares issue worth of rupees 292 crores. That's approximately 96 lakh shares at the upper cap and an offer for sale OFS of rupees 301 crores. That's around 99 lakh shares at the upper cap. Thus the overall size of the issue is worth around 593 crores. Uh, and the price band is from 288 rupees to 304. The subscription was opened on November 2022 and closed on November 2024, November 24, 2023. The minimum application was for like 49 shares and then the multiples thereof. Yes, sir. And the post allotment, the shares would be listed on BSE and NSE. Yes, sir. And the company has allocated not more than 50% for the QIBs and not less than 15% for the HNIs and not less than 35% for the retail investors.
okay. So tell me one thing, Sachin, not
Yes.
less than 35%. So under what circumstances, a company can offer not less than 35% shares to the retail investors? Is it a company who's profitable, or is it a company which is in basically not meeting the criteria? Here, the company is meeting the criteria. I mean, with regard to the financial criteria.
Sir, this company, yes, it is meeting all the criteria, sir.
So that's why if the company is meeting all the criteria. If it is not meeting, then 75% should be offered to QIB. Okay.
Yep.
Otherwise, if it is a profitable company and meeting all the norms, then it can offer, not less than 35% to the public. Okay. Remember that for your
Yes,
take
sure,
exam also. Okay.
sure, sir, sure.
Fine. Go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. So, like, this was all about the IPO, and now Dinesh will talk about the valuation part.
Okay.
Uh, Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
So, so regarding the valuation part, we have, sir, we have chosen the median in order to compare with our flair writing industry, and we also decided to do it by
आपके
with
तो
you later.
हाँ
But and sir, through your sheet, we have calculated all these things. The sheet you are provided, and on in almost all of the factors, we can see that the flair writing is overvalued than its median.
Okay, so Flair is you're saying is expensive. It is trading at 34 times P ratio. Okay,
Yes, yes, sir.
okay,
But in case of P, it is lesser than the median, but
okay,
it's
okay,
obviously 34 times.
okay,
Uh,
okay,
and yes, sir. So looking at P ratio, uh, we suggest that the IPO should be like
subscribed.
yes, sir, subscribe.
Okay, one can apply for the IPO. Okay,
And
go
sir,
on.
regarding the regression model,
Yeah,
so we tried this. So we did not finalize or like made it better looking because
okay,
there was a problem.
okay,
We collected P ratio beta and ROE,
okay,
and then we ran the regression model and it failed.
okay.
Yes, sir.
Why it
So
failed? I mean, there was some technical error, or because of your, this thing.
sir, we tried looking for the correlation, but
Okay,
it was not very high. But they were correlated, but I think till 0.6.
okay,
But it was not highly correlated like going to 0.8 or 9, but the model failed, so we tried doing we did for all the three: beta, ROE and EPS, and the model failed. Then we tried doing for two of them, like combining two of them,
okay,
and these were the summary, and our R square was almost good for two of them.
okay,
Here it was negative, and
okay.
for these two R square was this was the R square, so we chose this one. Uh, yeah,
Where there's a
the
high correlation. R
yes, sir,
square was
yes, sir.
99%. Okay.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
So what was the
But the p value was not satisfying, sir.
okay,
So we dropped the regression part and we only did by like median.
okay, okay.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है.
That was it.
Okay, ठीक है. तो Dinesh, you're from which place?
Sir, I am from Hamirpur, UP, Hamirpur district.
Okay. आपका खत्म हो
Near
गया ना? Presentation